It's a pleasure to be here again for a new set of special sessions. This is UPSC Toppers Lift. That is, you will be hearing the strategies that lifted the toppers to new heights. First, I'm very glad to welcome Abhishek Oswal sir. And I also welcome our CMD of Kingmakers IAS Academy, Mr. Satyashri Bhuminathan sir, to tell about this program and about the chief guests to talk.
Thank you, Mudali. Very good evening, friends. So today we have with us Mr. Abhishek Oswal, whom I know him for the past 2 years. Initially, he started his career with the interview with the 140. Slowly, he improved his score to 170. Then finally, he got 200 out of 275. So he's such a sincere and a hardworking personality. So he's a very right person to give his strategies so that you all can score easily 200 out of 275. So I'm very happy. I'm very glad that today he is with us and he is going to share his experience on behalf of the academy, on behalf of the students, those who are going to appear for the UPSC personality test. I welcome today Chief Guest Mr. Abhishek Oswal. So now I request Abhishek Oswal to address the students.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Okay, thank you for the opportunity, and it's almost 1 year. I'm interacting with students again. Good to be back. So yeah, good evening, everyone. So I'll just start with my brief intro. I'm Abhishek. I'm basically based in Chennai. Currently, I'm into IRS income tax, undergoing training, and before that, I've also joined Indian Railways Account Service in 2018 exam batch, and I have. Can everyone please keep yourself mute? Any questions you can ask in chat. So I'll share my interview experience for next 15-20 minutes, and most of your questions will be answered through the experience which I am going to share, and any other questions after that we can take it one-on-one. Is it fine? So okay, so I began my UPSC journey from 2017, and I cleared all the 2 stages, reached interview, and being the first interview of my life, that too in a prestigious call by prestigious organization like UPSC, it's very natural to get tensed, and even I was tensed. Okay, I went to Delhi for my interview alone preparation, and the first blunder I did is I took too many mocks. Like many people who are going for the interview for the first time, and I'm sure wherever you see the hoardings, free mocks, free mocks, free mocks, you will enroll yourself, and that's very natural. I did the same. I enrolled in 10 mocks, I gave 8 mocks. And my first interview was on 25th March, I remember 2018, afternoon session, first to go. Okay, the board was again a terror board. Okay, and I'll tell you the experience what happened after that. Interview lasted for 45 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, I remember. I was able to answer 80% of the questions. Okay, I came out very happily, confident that 200 is nothing. 200 is very much achievable. And I got 140. And when I saw the marks, I was totally disheartened. And then I realized the mistakes I've done. Okay. First thing, too many marks give you overconfidence. If you have performed very well in all the mocks, you got different views and good views from different panels, you are definitely going to boast yourself in front of UPSC board. UPSC is a different ball game, my friends. Don't take mock interviews, particularly attending too many mock interviews is a bad option. Okay, stick to 2 or 3 quality mock, more than enough. Okay, yeah. Then I realized, because 2018 again I gave another attempt. I got interview call in 2019, and that time I just flashed back and saw what went wrong in my first mock or first UPSC interview itself. Then I realized, though I was able to answer almost 85% of the question, but what happened was I was not able to build a conversation with them. Okay, so what is this UPSC interview? First thing, how was the experience? Remember, it's just a formal conversation with the panel. It's not anything high five, which is told. So UPSC interviews just a formal conversation, nothing showed what you see in the market written in the post. It's a very general thing. Only thing is you need to maintain your calm. Okay. Questions are very simple. It's everything about yourself and what is going around you. Okay. So I realized the first thing which I told, I was not able to build a conversation with the panel in my first interview. And definitely when I know my mistake, I had to rectify on that. Second thing, interview went very factual. They asked me a question, I gave an answer. Question answers like I was playing KBC, okay, rather than giving an interview in the board. Okay, so I consciously decided that this time it's not going to be a question answer game. I have to build a conversation. Second thing, though I knew most of the answer, I was ensuring I was giving a direct answer, but with not that much confidence. The confidence was not there in me. You can make out whether a student or an aspirant giving an answer with confidence. Okay, and those people with 35 plus year experience definitely have that what do you call experience to catch hold of whether you are having confidence or not. So I again decided whatever I'm going to answer, it has to be with confidence. Okay, so these were the two things I relied upon. And third thing, I ensure that I am not going to give too many marks. 1 or 2 quality marks is more than enough. Okay, I went with the mindset, same preparation to less marks, more confidence, and building conversation. And the only twist I did is instead of attending interview in English, I chose the regional language, which is Hindi. Okay, and accidentally, the board which I supposed to go in was a board occupied by a member. She was from South India, Satyavati ma'am, and she was new to the UPSC that time, a new member. She doesn't know Hindi. She know either English or Tamil or a broken Hindi, and I knew only I can talk Hindi, English, and Tamil, and gave interview medium as Hindi. And the board member has 3 people who are from South: a Telugu, a Malayali, and a Kannadiga. So that was again mixed reaction. I saw what the purpose for which I chose Hindi has failed, but still interview went very well because I ensured I built a conversation. I remained calm. I answered with, I tried to build a conversation and answer with confidence. And overall, when I came out to the board, interview got over in 22 minutes, 25 minutes. And I was satisfied with what I've done, but I got 170, which was decent enough. Decent enough. Okay. And with that interview marks and the overall score, I entered into Indian Railways Account Service with 2018 exam. Next year, I appeared and again, just ensured that I do the basic things of maintaining calm, not loading too much with information, knowing about myself very well. Okay. And one more thing I realized from a second interview is, though I had answers, so I want to ensure that I was not structuring my answer well. Okay, you ask me a question, immediately I'll give an answer. Okay, then I just practicing with my own self that yes, I need to structure my answer, and for that I'll take a pause of 5 seconds, 4 seconds when the question is asked. I'll just brainstorm what points I need to tell, point 1, point 2, and I'll then go ahead with the answer. And that helped me very well. Third interview, it was Feb 25, 2020. And the board was Manoj Soni board. Again, afternoon, first to go. And this interview lasted for almost 55 minutes. So it was a repetition of my first interview experience. And I was confident because I already had a service. I was in a job. I didn't care that I'll get through or I'll not, what will be my interview marks. I didn't care. I just wanted to go and give my best. I built a very steady conversation. There were many questions. This time I didn't know the answer. And I told very comfortably, sir, I don't know. Ma'am, I don't know. Second thing, there was some controversial moment, like being from Chennai and Tamil Nadu, a board member who was from Tamil Nadu. He asked me, what's your view on Jallikattu? And I took the stand of Supreme Court. And he stood up and he counter questioned me. So you are against Tamil culture and Tamil identity. it gave me a shock. The moment a board member stands in front of you and just shout at you, you are against subculture. I just ensure that I maintain my calm. I took pause. I told, no, sir, I'm not. This is as per the judgment of Honorable Supreme Court, which is the highest lawmaking authority and also the upholders of fundamental right. If we are going against the Supreme Court, that means we are going against the Constitution and also against the country. And that I made myself comfortable, and even the board members seemed to be impressed. Okay. And by that was a trigger moment in the entire interview, and I expected that ensured me I got good marks in my third interview. Okay. So overall, this was my UPSC interview experience. Now I'll tell you what were the questions which were asked in all the three UPSC interview from my dad. Okay, so people here, I saw some question that there is a lot of information overload. Okay, you people who are preparing for the interview, definitely you will be going through a lot of DAF of other candidates. Okay, don't. You are unique. Your DAF is going to be unique. Okay, you have your own personality. So don't expect the question asked from me will be asked to you also. As simple as that. First thing is what to read, what not to read. Okay, your main information source or this book you're going to read is going to be a DAF. Okay, each and every point from the DAF is a crucial point. You need to be prepared on your DAF very thoroughly. If you're done with the DAF thoroughly, 85% of the work is over. Okay, and when it comes to current affair, don't overload yourself with again reading the visions or insights material if last 1 year current affair. Don't do it. Okay, remember the people who are sitting on the board, they are not UPSC aspirants. They are only just to take your interview, and they'll remember as much as they know. Either they will ask you from their experience or something which is in news currently in last 1 month. Okay, don't overload yourself. Okay, that is first thing. Example, maybe some of you may be from Madhya Pradesh and the particular board member be from Madhya Pradesh, then he may ask a question relating to that. Okay, rarely he'll ask a question which is out of box. Example, in my first attempt, there was a board member who was from army background, and I had experience in NCC. I had a B certificate. So that board member took almost 15 minutes and asked me everything about Indian Army, the structure of Indian Army, the weapons used by Indian Army, the wars fought by Indian Army. He asked me to sing the song of NCC. Okay, so that is not out of box because I have mentioned NCC and that guy was from Army. Okay, but that may not happen to you. As simple as that. Okay, build on your DAF. Okay, build on your DAF. Take each line of your DAF. Example, your name. Okay, why your name is kept so and so. Okay, why your name is Shweta, why your name is Gapriya. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Okay, is there any personality with your famous with your name? Okay, is it a historical name? If yes, why? Who was this famous historical ruler in your name? Something like that. Okay, starting from your name till your hobbies, you need to be thorough. Okay, DAF is going to be the main source of your preparation. Okay, the next question I see. What I thought that I'll build a conversation. Okay, example, they asked me when is in first interview, when was Operation Vijay, what was Operation Vijay and when was it celebrated, what was it celebrated for? I just gave direct answer, Kargil war, 24th July against Pakistan 1971. Okay, but that was not an answer. Okay, you ask me a question, I gave an answer, it's over. Okay, so like in the second interview, first question ma'am asked me, what are you doing since your graduation? I could have directly told I was preparing for UPSC interview. Okay, or I was working for a startup. I just gave, ma'am, since my graduation and after my job, I was preparing for UPSC, and side by side I was also pursuing on working on plastic alternatives. Okay, I was working for plastic alternatives with my mom. I was with a small SHG, and we were manufacturing cloth bags at very reasonable rate. Okay, so that gave a ma'am an idea to build a conversation. Okay, so ma'am took that point, that plastic alternatives. Out of 25 minutes of my interview, 20 minutes were spent on plastic alternatives. Okay, that was in technical language. If you see various block, it is called as lead questions. Okay, whenever you tell a question and give an answer, you leave something at the end which the interview board will pick up and ask you a question from that. So in same happened, I told ma'am I was working for plastic alternatives. And then ma'am asked what type of startup it was. What is this plastic alternative? What is this plastic problem? Can we achieve zero plastic? Okay. What is the issue with plastic pollution? Do you think Indian government policy against plastic is working or not? 20 minutes of my interview went on plastics and I was very comfortable with that. Okay. So ensure you pick up your strong points. Okay, maybe some of you are from computer science background, some of you have worked in IT industry. Give them a lead like e-governance. Okay, big data, if you're comfortable with any topic you're comfortable. Some of you may be having political science, international relation as an optional, so you will be very comfortable with IR. Any question you find any chance of giving a lead of IR, give it. Okay, ensure that you give leads at end of your question. And second thing, don't forcefully add a lead. If it is necessary and there's an option, you can add a lead at the end of your answer, do it. Otherwise, don't. Okay. Yeah. Then, third thing, I also remember I was not answering confidently. Okay. So why we don't answer confidently, though we know the answer, even all of you which would have clear your prelims, if you remember your prelims experience, though you know the answer, but you made ensure doubly sure that you are taking the correct answer. This is the correct answer, you're sharing it correctly. Okay, so confidence is an issue how much practice you do. But remember, in interview it's very easy to catch that you are underconfident. Okay, and how do you overcome that? And how did I overcome that? Simple strategy: talk with people, talk with yourself. Okay, talk with yourself doesn't mean that you may make fool of yourself. Okay, stand in front of camera or mirror. No, it's nothing like that. People think odd, but that's very normal in UPSC preparation. Talk with yourself for 15-20 minutes daily. Take a very responsible and a good friend who understands you well. Talk with him or her on daily basis about your interview preparation. Let them ask you a question and you answer. Let them judge you. Okay, let them give you comments, feedback. But keep on talking, because interview at end of the day is going to be the talk. It's only your words which is going to matter, and how do you put those words is going to matter, and not anything else. Okay, so I ensure that I at least have an half an hour conversation with a close friend of mine on daily basis. And during this period, in the second interview itself, I started taking some classes in the academy. Okay, and this boosted me, gave me a lot of confidence boost. I was handling class for about 150 plus students. I was taking history. So this helped me building my knowledge in history being my optional, and my interaction on daily basis with student helped me to improve on my conversation and communication skill. Okay, start talking. If you are an introvert, it will not help you in interview. You need to open up. Okay, you need to open up, talk softly, talk on topic based on interview, based on daily newspaper topics, not based on interview, not based on UPSC. It doesn't matter, but talk, start talking. Okay, that will help you a lot. Third thing, how to structure your answer. Okay, yeah, the first question in my third attempt, in my third interview, the date was 25th of Feb, and if I'm correctly remember, Donald Trump was in India. Okay, Donald Trump was in India. So sir asked, so Abhishek, since Donald Trump is in India, you are very well prepared about India-US relationship. I smiled. So let us discuss about India-UN. That was his shocker, first bouncer. Okay, I said, surely sir, whatever you say. And then he asked me a couple of questions. Okay, couple of questions regarding UN. The first question was, will India get a permanent status in United Nations? Okay, will India get a permanent status in United Nations? So it was a shocker for me. United Nations, we read in prelims and mains, and okay, it was not such a relevant topic, out of box, but expected from sir. I just took 10-minute pause. Okay, first I told I'll put point 1, point 2, point 3. Okay, so how to structure an answer? Whenever there's a question, You know it well, you don't know it well. Okay. Take a pause of 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, up to 10 seconds. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter. Okay. Structure it, which is the point of priority should be in the first, and point of priority should be in the least. Okay. 1, 2, 3 points, good enough. Okay. But structure it nicely. Like if you know a question very well, haphazardly they'll ask you answer something, and at the end of the answer you remember, oh shit, I didn't mention the important point. Okay. Never do that. Always make a habit to take a 5 second, 6 second pause, think, structure, and answer. That will help you a lot. Okay, it's from my own experience. You can try in your mock interview as well. Okay. Then next thing, there are definitely going to be some bounces in your interview. Bounces means some topic we never came across, we never heard of, controversial, we don't know. Do not try to answer that. Answering 100 question on 100 will not fetch you full marks. It will not fetch you to anyone. It's right to say, sir, ma'am, I don't know. I'll learn about it. And don't keep saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Change the phrases. Okay. Ma'am, I'll think on it. I'll learn about it. I never heard on it. I don't know, ma'am. Frame 3 to 4 phrases of your own. Tell that. Okay. Very simple. Don't need not be always insistent that I will answer everything. No, don't go with that mindset that I have to answer 100 or 100. It's not your prelims, not your mains. You need to just make sure you're presentable. You answer your question which you know, and which you don't know, you just let them know. Okay, it also shows how honest you are and how sensible you are, mature you are. As simple as that. Okay, so yeah, next thing we all focus more on is during our interviews, putting on suits, putting on this sari, that sari. We spend a lot of time thinking on our clothing. Okay, remember UPSC is personality test. It's not a fashion show. Okay, your personality is reflected by your answers. Okay, the only thing you have to do is you have to be presentable. Okay, need not overdress yourself. A simple suit. In my third interview, I remember I didn't even put a suit because I didn't have time. I was in my railways training. I came running to Delhi just a day before my interview. A shirt, pant, a tie. That's it. And I went for interview. Okay. Making yourself presentable is totally different from putting a lot of stuff, overboarding yourself. Okay. Wear anything which is very comfortable, suits your personality, and make yourself presentable. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. Your Blackberry, your Hugo Boss suits, or your sarees of different designer won't work until you are presentable. Like once you clear this prelims, UPSC, means, and all these things, we start talking into a language which a common man doesn't understand. Like instead of telling a fight between India and Pakistan, we say estranglement of relationship between the two countries. Okay, common man will not understand. Okay, so remember, for when it comes to interview preparation or any kind of conversation like I'm having with you, okay, ensure that you present it in a very simplified format. Even a layman can understand. And this use a lot of jargons, though we have studied in our mains. For our mains, it's required, but not for our interview. Make it as simple as possible. Make it as simple as possible. Okay. So ensure that you convey in a very simplified manner with very less. The final thing I did is I analyzed that what UPSC board, interview board, looks for in a candidate for personality. Okay. Knowledge, I had answers, but I didn't get marks. Confidence, though I had a bit of, I wore suit in my first, second attempt, tried to be as presentable as I want to be, but still didn't work out that much which I expected. Okay. Then overall, I came to know that what a UPSC board looks for, they look for a person, and more than a person, they look for their approach. Okay. Are you positive in your approach? Okay. Example, Indian economy is doing really bad during COVID times. Do you think India can bounce back? You should be confident that yes, definitely we will bounce back, followed by your reasons. Okay. Always have a positive approach. Okay. Perspective. Okay. Have a very wide perspective. Don't have a very narrow perspective. Example, a question which is asked from your state, a policy which is asked from your state will not only impact your state. Okay. try to connect that answer with a wider connotation. Okay, example, in my third interview, they asked something about Tamil Nadu's social policy. Okay, and they say that Tamil Nadu social policy is that they spend a lot of rupees and name of social policy and encash it for vote. I said to some part is justified now, but not correctly. If the politicians have not introduced something called as midday meal scheme in Tamil Nadu for the first time, or universal PDS, it has not been implemented throughout the country. So it's not only for election, but it's also for larger social inclusion. Okay, so have a wider approach, a wider perspective. Okay, show your views. Okay, show your views and start taking stand. Okay, the example I gave you when the board asked that you are going against Tamil identity and Tamil culture when you oppose Jallikattu. Okay, I said very formally and very frankly and very softly to sir that it's my view and view of Supreme Court, and I stand by my views. I don't go against my views. Okay, remember, there will be moments that board will try to pressure you to change your views. Don't. Okay, don't change your views. If you are taken a stand, substantiate. Okay, with reasoning. Okay, and if the board try to press you more, follow it by 2 or 3 more counter question. Okay, just say simply says, okay sir, I'll try to learn more on it, but don't back out from your stand. Okay, once you take a stand, first try to take a stand, always take a stand, and if you have taken a stand, then definitely stick to it. Okay, don't, if a board says something, don't change your stand. That will show that will present a view that this candidate, though it's knowledgeable, presentable, but still he's not able to stand on his own words. Then how will he work under the government under pressure? Okay, take a stand, stick to it. Okay, and be very simple in your approach. Be very simple. Don't try to fake yourself. Don't try to lie in the mock. Okay, do you don't know something, you say don't know, but don't fake yourself, fake your personality, fake your accent. No, say, talk, converse in the way you are, in a humble, formal manner. Okay, always answer to the point. Don't know question, don't go roundabout. Stick to the point, answer it. Don't know, I don't know. Okay, and last piece of advice, don't attend too many mocks. Attend quality mocks, 1, 2 mocks, maximum 2 mocks. Okay, good enough. Okay, talk to them on daily basis, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, more than enough. Okay, but have a mentor who guides you, who boosts your confidence, who picks out or points out deficiency in you, in your conversation, and what you need to improve on. But don't go to too many mock interviews which show that they are free. No, don't go there. They'll try to confuse you. 5 mocks, 10 mocks, 10 different panels, 50 people, 50 different views. End of the day, you'll get confused. Don't do that. Simply 2 mocks, quality mocks, taking a full view is more than enough. That's what I have done. I have taken 8 mocks in my first interview, 2 mocks in my second, and conversation with friends and mentors. That's it, nothing else. Okay, and that worked out. That gave me confidence and gave me good results. Okay, so this is what I have to say. Now you can ask your questions. And yes, so yes, yes.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, just now you said that answering to the point, answer to the point. So
Yes.
I'm not able to balance between how to balance this answering to the point and building the conversation. Could you please throw light on this, sir?
Tirupati Rao, you're not audible. You can type your question. Till then, I'll take another question of Basu L. To what extent engineering subjects should be focused? Okay, 9 years. Okay, same year with me also, Basu. I was also engineering student. 2013, I was graduated. My first interview was in 2018. So almost 5 years. Okay, I was also scared what they'll ask me. Basic preparation of your engineering background will do. First thing, very basic preparation. Example, I am from computer science. What I did is, what is difference between computer science engineering and IT? What is difference between BTech and BE? Okay, what is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller? Very basic, very basic. should not take more than 1 day or 2 days of preparation. Don't go into deep, start taking all your 4 years and 8 semester books and start reading. No, maybe what you have done for project, how your engineering will help in civil services. Okay, any well, invention, discovery new from your field of engineering. Why did you choose that particular engineering? Very generic questions, not technical questions. Remember, person who is sitting on the other side who's taking interview, he'll not be a engineering graduate, he'll not be an expert. He may be, he may not be, but he will try to ask you questions which are in the field. Like they ask me question on cryptocurrency, they ask me questions on blockchain technology. How will blockchain technology will reform the government and e-governance? Okay, so this was the question which they were asked by me, particularly blockchain, because it is in the news, everyone knows it. Okay, everyone knows it was in the news. They asked me that question, nothing else. They didn't ask anything apart from this. They asked nothing from engineering for me. Okay, because remember, UPSC has a different exam intent engineering services, and for that they have a panel which is purely engineering based. Okay, I know 90% of my friends from engineering background never got a question from engineering of their stream. Okay, like people even from mechanical, they got question on blockchain and cryptocurrency and hacking, ethical hacking, but nothing else, nothing deep. Just a basic preparation of your subject, okay, will help you. Yes. Next.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Vaibhav.
Sir, how to justify if already in one civil service, like right now I'm in Indian corporate law service, and how
Okay.
to not undermine the current service, and why again you are appearing for All India service, say IAS, IPS?
Be very open and frank answering that question. The first thing is, you attempting or re-attempting exam doesn't mean that you're demeaning the current service. Okay, it's an opportunity provided by the UPSC itself, Government of India DOPT rules, that you can give another attempt. Okay, second thing, though your current service may offer you wide opportunities, your passion lies in particular service ABC. Okay, IAS, IPS, IFS. Okay, you can justify. Okay, don't overboard and don't go on and saying that this is don't think that you are going to demean your current service, because I was in railways.
Yes.
I was in account service, and when I appeared for the interview, and they asked me similar question that why you want to leave railways. I didn't say that I want to leave railways, provided UPSC gave me another opportunity to attempt and try to make full use of my potential. I am giving another try, nothing else. I just give this answer. Okay,
Right. Sir,
it doesn't mean that you're demeaning your current service. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next question. Muthu asked me how to deal with questions about service preferences. Muthu, nowadays board very rarely ask about service preferences question. I had one of my friend Ganesh Bhaskar. In his draft, the unique thing was he just filled one service, that is Indian Foreign Service, nothing else. And board was very much curious that why didn't you fill other services? And he was very sure that is only this particular service he's looking for else. Okay, his interest lies in that particular service. So first thing, UPSC rarely asks nowadays about service preference, or if they ask, don't justify it, but just tell that the primary focus is on first service, IAS, IPS, IFS, whatever. And second, it's for it can be like the priority which is given, but the choice is given by the UPSC itself to fill the service preferences. So don't go about explaining everything. Just say that your basic interest is IAS, IPS, IFS, whatever, and don't justify other services. It's just an option given to you. You have filled it. As simple as that. Yes, opinion-based question. So example question is, what's your view on current development in India-Pakistan, India-China relation? First, give your opinion.
Okay.
Justify, followed by justification in 1-2 points. That's it. Then let them counter question.
Okay.
That's no limit for 15 से मतलब 3 point 4 point. That's limit नहीं है. Only thing, ensure that you need to read the mind of the interviewer. If he's getting bored by your answer, stop it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the moment you see he's losing interest, stop it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Arjun.
Yes.
Arjun.
Sir, in most of the yes, sir.
Yes, tell me.
So is it audible?
It is audible.
Sir, I have two questions.
Yes,
The
yes.
first one is like in most of the mocks, they will be asking about your strengths. So if
Hmm.
strengths we can point out, but sometimes they'll be asking about weakness.
Hmm.
So I usually say about the punctuality something I have to work on this. So
Hmm.
it actually becomes a trap for me. Like they will put me like, if you are not punctual, how will you do this?
Hmm.
So if I say short tempered, they will ask you
Hmm.
on that. So how to like safely
Okay. See, first
like
thing,
that?
everyone has the weakness. Even Earth is not perfect, God is not perfect. We need to accept that. Okay. Yeah. That is again a myth created by the market that aisa weakness dalo, so cover kar lo, you cover that weakness and you portray yourself that you are a almost next to perfect human. Okay. Mat karo. Don't do that. Your weakness, like you say that you are not punctual. Okay, you are not punctual maybe because you overstress yourself sometimes, and that's the way you don't get enough sleep or relaxation and you come late. Okay, so you can just tell them that yes, maybe you were not punctual to some events or some occasions, but you ensure that whenever that's a demand and when there's an occasion that you are needed and the event is critical, you always reach before time. And on other parts you're trying to work on it. Okay, weakness hona ya having weakness is not a bad thing. Okay, not working on it is a bad thing. Okay, so when you note down your weakness, everyone, ensure that you are also have a point or two to show that you are working on it. Okay, having weakness is not a bad thing, remember that. That shows you are human and you are normal. Okay.
Sir, just one more question, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In the real interview, also we are supposed to wear this mask as well as the face shield. So,
Yes, yes.
will that be
Yes.
okay to ask the board members politely that is that okay to remove? Sir,
No,
is that
no,
okay to remove?
don't never ask that. It's a COVID protocol by Government of India, and you have to follow it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't remove it. Though you are uncomfortable, we are uncomfortable, but don't remove it. But also start practicing having mocks or talking with your talking with mentors with mask, because the moment you wear mask, face shield, your voice clarity will go down. Okay, you
Yes,
need to talk little loudly. So start practicing with that rather than asking the board members to do that, because they are all 60, 50, 65 plus. Okay,
yes,
so they won't, or they don't want to put themselves on risk.
okay, sir.
Okay, and it's not genuine and not a genuine demand also to remove the mask. Don't ask it, rather we can practice it with mask.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Chinnappa Nayak, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Good
Is
evening,
it
sir.
yeah, good evening.
Sir, if they're asked like briefly tell about yourself, what are the ideal
Huh.
points to include about, sir?
Okay, basic thing is when they ask you Chinnappa, tell me about Chikkappa Nayak, tell me about yourself. Don't say I am Chikkappa. Already they know your name. Okay. Don't
Okay, sir.
for everyone when they already call your name and ask, don't tell about your name. Okay, start from your name. Just tell that you are from. You have done this graduation, your work experience. You come from a place which is famous for this. Example, if Chikkappa Naik, you're from Karnataka, if I'm not wrong, or where?
Yes, sir. I am from Karnataka, sir.
From your name, I can make out you're from Karnataka. So you can make a point that you're from a place, you're from state of Karnataka, which recently got UNESCO heritage tag, particular place. So they make, okay, you're leaving a lead also here. Okay, they can ask you this question and start your interview with this question, or you can just have tell about your hobbies, and recently you have done so and so thing in your hobbies. They can question from that. Okay, or you can tell your interest that you are interested in international relation, mathematics, something. They can start questioning on that.
Okay, sir. Actually, I'm working as a medical officer. Shall I tell that? Currently, I'm working as a medical officer in primary health center.
Definitely. Then they will ask you. Then your interview will revolve around your graduation, COVID, and COVID front warriors, and the issue with the doctors, which is we can see in the COVID times, na? Everything.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So you can leave any point at the last which you think you are comfortable, and definitely your 50% of interview will revolve around that thing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Shweta, your question, sir, how to answer questions regarding cadre preference other than home state? They won't ask all these questions, Shweta, need not worry about it. Okay. They may just casually ask which is your cadre preference. Everyone know that home cadre is going to be preference. Okay. So if you're from Maharashtra and if you offer Tripura cadre, then that's a different ball game. Okay. Otherwise, they will never ask that question. Don't worry about it. Okay. Arjun, Arjun, is it okay to ask board? Okay, you asked already. Done.
Yes, sir. I asked it already.
Yes, yes. Okay. Each panel will have 5 to 6 members. Your documents will be verified. So first half an hour will go like with this. You have to submit your documents and all these things. Then you will be allocated your numbers, first, second, third, fourth to go. Okay. If you are like fifth to go, fourth to go, third to go, first thing is, if you are not first to go, next what you do is, there will be newspapers kept in front of you. You can take the newspaper, read that, but I'll advise don't read anything on the interview date. Better to talk to your colleagues who is sitting next to you. Okay, this is to reduce the tension. Okay, talk about them from where they are, which is their attempt, what is their option. Simple talks. Don't read anything. Okay, supposedly you have an interview in the evening and you are last to go. That means you have to wait almost for 3 hours. ठीक है, तो क्या करोगे? Energy with talks or without talks, energy will be drained. Okay, ensure that you have very light conversation. UPSC hall में center hall बोलते हैं, there will be coffee, tea available. Okay, I'll ask everyone, you drink coffee or not. Before your interview in the central itself, take a shot of caffeine, that is black coffee. Okay, it will keep you active. 10-15 minutes before you go in, will keep you active. It will activate your brain. Okay, and ensure that you are first to go, you are last to go, doesn't matter. Only thing with the energy you go in, that matters. If you are fifth to go, even remember the board members, बेचारे उनको भी सुनना पड़ रहा है. From last 3-4 hours, they are also listening to all the tantrums or shit we are talking now. Even they should be more pity than we are. We are just sitting. They have to listen to us. Okay, so ensure that whenever you enter, first or last, you enter with the positive energy so that they get refreshed. Okay, and how you want to spend your time, that's up to you. You read newspaper, you sit quietly, you take a small power nap, you talk to your colleagues, it's up to you. But ensure that when you enter with full energy, that the interview board looks up to you with a charm. Okay, they should not get bored. As simple as that. Okay. Candidates assessing panel member, should they have to do that? Okay, Madhvi, you mean that panel candidates reading about particular panel member profile, that thing?
They are going for the interview. They
Yes,
assess the panel members. They think whether if it is a Vinay Mittal board, it will be like this. Manoj Soni board, it will be
Okay,
like
okay, got it. Actually, it's a political question, I'll say, but I have done that. Okay, why? Because it's good to know panel members' background. Okay, don't go anything else than that. Example, I'll tell you. When I went for my first interview and had no idea about a panel member, I didn't do any research, and that hit me. Okay, because PK Joshi sir was also chairman of State Public Service Commission from Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and I mentioned Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh in one of my question, and then he picked up the question and asked me. Okay, and that time I was not prepared, aware that he knows the state very well. Okay, but for next time, I remember I started reading profiles of the other panels. Okay, Satyavati ma'am, she was from Tamil Nadu. I knew that, so most of the answer will be related to Tamil Nadu. She has worked as industrial secretary. Okay, and she was also secretary to Pondicherry government. Okay, so I ensured that my answer has some relation to Pondicherry. Manoj Soni board. Okay, he is the youngest PhD holder in international relations, youngest chancellor of India. So I definitely knew when I got his board that I am going to get a question on international relation for sure, in one way or other. Okay, and I ensure that whenever I talk about something, it should have some international relation angle. So assessing the profile of the panel members will help you definitely, the work experience, the state from they belong, and their bureaucratic career. Because from that, you can start thinking on the points of your answer, which you will answer them, and they'll get impressed, or they can ask you questions from that, which makes you again comfortable because you have studied on it. Okay, so it's good to assess the profile of the panel members, no doubt. Okay, how to strike a balance between answering to the point and maintaining conversation. See, when I say answering to the point and maintaining conversation, it does, and answer to the point is not going roundabout. Example, like what is the view on current India-Pakistan relation? Okay, something like some very generic question. You can just say the current relations are in volatile state of affairs. Simple. This is answering to the point. Okay, and when the UPSC member will, you say this, and then the member will ask, what do you mean by volatile state of affair? What is wrong? What is going on? From that you are building conversation. Okay, and if I say, sir, India Pakistan had a very good relation in the midterm, now they are having bad relation because of US interfering, that is going roundabout. You just say India Pakistan currently have volatile relation, then that's it. And what you mean a volatile relation, they will counter question and the conversation is built. As simple as that. Okay, I hope I answered your point. Okay.
Sir, actually,
Yeah.
follow up to the same answer, sir. Recently, I attended a mock interview, sir. In that,
Yes.
they asked me what is the Nehru's policy on tribal welfare and development. I said it is
Okay.
Panchasheel. I said it answering to the point. Its policy was Panchasheel. But
Yes.
in feedback, they said that when we are expecting answer from you, we are also expecting explaining about what are the features of Panchasheel. So this is what I am not able to manage. What is this answering to the point? And
Yes. And that again depend on board to board, member to member. Okay, what I expect from you and what the board member expect from you is totally different. Okay, yeah, you tell Panchasheel, Nehru's tribal policy Panchasheel, which includes non-interfering in a tribal affair, ensuring their protection. That's it. You just say 1 or 2 points. That's it. Okay. If you know, you tell them. But because see, you are answering to the point, because you're elaborating Panchasheel is also answering to the point itself.
okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. Sir, is there anything to take care of after the board asked us to leave? Nothing, just politely stand up. Thank everyone. Thank the chairman or chairwoman first, then the board members. Okay, and say them have a nice day, nice evening, and leave. That's it. Nothing else. And walk out with confidence. Walk out with confidence. Okay, nothing else. Thank them, wish them. That's it. Leave. Sir, when the board asks us to, do you have any question for us? Is there any good question? There's nothing good question, wrong question. Also, if we can think on it. Maybe if it depends on your view and topic you're comfortable with, you can think on a question and you can ask them, or you can just like if you are a student from mathematics example, you can just ask them, sir, we can discuss some recent development in maths, or sir, I have done this project, this thesis, can I discuss on that? They will allow you to talk for a second or 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and they'll ask you to leave. They'll not even counter question maximum time. Okay, so you can think on the interest you have and you can go on. Nothing else. Bhumidan sir.
Yes,
Yes.
Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Really excellent session. You
Yes,
have
sir.
shared all the important points which one has to keep it in the mind before entering into the hall, as well as after entering into the hall, and what they have to do and what they should not do.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure all these inputs that will be really helpful to the students, those who are going to appear for this personality test. I wish all the aspirants to score more than 180 and 190. Even yeah, there is a possibility that you can score more than 200 plus. We have seen from Kingmakers IAS Academy, we have trained some aspirants who got 206, and even Abhishek Oswal, he took up the training in Kingmakers IAS Academy for the personality test. We are very glad that he scored 200 out of 275, and I wish the same thing will continue in the upcoming examination also, for which this session will also add a great value for your preparation. Thank you so much once again, Abhishek Oswal, for your valuable time and valuable inputs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. All the best, everyone. Do well, have confidence. Okay.
Thank you.
And just keep preparing. Just have confidence, nothing else. And don't overburden this. Sir, this interview, it will pass soon. Okay. All the best. Take care of health. Good evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.